So, hello and welcome to another update on our loft layout here at Budget Model Railways. Quick plug as well, if you're enjoying watching our videos, please don't forget to subscribe and set the notification bell so you get told when we've got a video. That'll be great. So, big bit of progress as you can see, because I'm not sure we kind of really gave the right idea of what we were trying to do here. So this is going to be the raised area, and I'm going to put some buildings on in a minute to show you the context. But I just wanted to lift this bit to show you what I'd done underneath, which is the supports. Now this is foam board. It's £10 for 4 sheets from Hobbycraft, which is what I was going to buy. And then my wife took the back off a painting we were going to do something with as a frame, and this was in the back of it. So this hasn't cost me anything. I could use cardboard, and I usually do, but this is a bit of wood that come out of a skip. So far this raised area hasn't cost me anything. So they're the right height, and the height was set by the station. So that's going to go like that. It's a little bit warpy, so we'll have to glue it down. But then you can see now what we were trying to do with the station. So that gives you a lovely idea, fits in there just great. I've got to put a little fillet in under there, which I've got made, and I may make now a little building to go on the end. What the idea then is to get some buildings, and we'll make a bit of a street scene. You get the idea. All the way through here. Now what's really nice about this is what I didn't like when we first had these raised back areas all the way around the layout, is to me it just didn't look plausible. Why have I got these two raised lines and everything's down here? Now this level is actually the main level, and this is running beneath it. What it means is, for instance, this road, which is the road to the goods yard or the use as a bay, I can't see even 18 inches further back, and I really like that. I like the idea that what we've managed to create is what we've always tried to do with layouts, is that the trains are running through the scenery. I like the idea that you won't be able to see the trains. Now this bit is going to continue, so this will raise round here, road round there and into there, so the train will disappear for quite long bits on the lower level, whilst making the upper level look more realistic. We'll have a level crossing of sorts through there, so the garage will probably go somewhere different. But you begin to get the idea. So then the other bit of planning that's gone on is round here. So you saw me stick this down last time, and you know the platform's going in front. But what we realised was, yes, I could stick the buildings here, but in fact what I can do, I can get some corrugated cardboard, I can glue that there, and I can now put the houses all the way out there. As this is where the platform comes to here, that means I can build a street scene. Now that means, for instance, because again I've raised it a little bit so it's not quite so hidden, if I use some taller vehicles, when the platform's in place, you'll be able to see a bit of a street scene. And I've even experimented with doing a low relief garage, doesn't need to go all the way back, and we'll get a car and put it in there, and you begin to see what we'll be able to do. I had 4 of these from, again, John Winterbottom. However, I bought a couple second hand from eBay, so that I've got enough houses to go all the way along the back. So that then will be quite something. We'll have a nice little street scene down the back of the station. I am just going to pull it forward before they all disappear down the back. So that will mean this will be quite full, and we've got a few ideas here. And then the other big plan now is back over the other side. The idea of what we could do with the houses, putting them further back, has also suggested to me that we could get some of these big trees that you've seen on my other layout that cost me, I think they cost me about £1 each from China. These now could go back here. We can put a bit of a grass bank in there. I could even use some smaller trees, and that then will be rural through there. If we do the same here, so if we build a low hill here, trees and so on, the entrance to the fiddle yard is a branch line, but this train will then be coming through the countryside, through a wood. Doesn't matter if that's a bit of a retaining wall, trees in the background, bit more rural before we move into the town. This will be a brick arch and so on. Start thinking about what buildings I can put in there. I was very pleased with this. This is the super quick fire station. I was thinking this would be about twice the size of this. And it does demonstrate again how useful super quick are. You know, I've got the lovely fire engine to put in there, just the right size to fit in a corner. These are the newer ones. A few people have commented. I actually made the terraced houses from an old kit and the instructions are diabolical. The new ones are completely different. They're really good instructions, so it didn't take me any time at all. What they don't point out in the packaging is you can do away with the tower, use it as a workshop, which is a nice idea. You can even attach it to their bus shed kit and make a giant factory, which is nice. So when you look down on here now, you can begin to see it's really coming along. We've got the nice back scene, and you really get to see now how the station and the street scene will work. And I've got a few kits and a few buildings, and I can always make my own. I rather like the corner shop there because it works quite well. And you get to see the station front here as well with the canopy, which I don't think you've seen before. And I've added chimneys now to the station, quite a lot. And I've also improved the back of the footbridge, so I've altered the roof now so it blends in, put the brick walling in to blend it in, and put a lot of detail. So we're really now beginning to motor, and I think with the canopy there on the platform and so on, yeah, it's really beginning to come along quite well. But this is the big change down the front here, because that obviously changes the whole nature of this part of the layout. And you can really begin to see how that will look now. So that's it for this week. Not a great deal of progress, but quite significant progress. What I've got to do under here before I can stick this down is obviously put the retaining, the walls for the tunnels in and tidy up. If Douglas can zoom in there, you can see I'll have to find a way of hiding the wood and tidying up the pillars. But once that's done, I can stick it down, and then we're away on building the street scene. And the next interesting fun bit will be to work on the whole wharf area down here. I found another building, so that can be our loading dock. And I think if it's possible that I could put a door in there so that you've got a road loading dock, and you've then got an interchange warehouse between road, river and rail, which would be a really useful little thing in real life. Because of where the station will go here, this is probably going to be covered over now to about here, but it will take the kind of rather strange loop out of it that I need to get into the fiddle yard. So lots going on, lots happening. I'm really pleased with what we can do with the street scene over the back there, and in fact just looking at this now being a bit higher on the corrugated cardboard, I'm gonna have some fun with that. I've got some street lights somewhere as well. I don't know if Doug can zoom in a little bit on that to have a look. So quite a little bit of progress, but a lot of planning. So we know exactly what we're doing here now. We know exactly what we're doing over on the street scene. I've also come to terms with the fact I'm not that bothered. It's not that rural. I really like making buildings, and I like the idea of having a rural layout. I have to admit, I was partly inspired by an article I saw in Continental Modeler on Sir Rod Stewart's American layout, which is urban. And, you know, a lot of railways in this country were urban. They weren't running through the countryside. Even in towns like Eastbourne, you know, big urban station. So I'm really looking forward to this now. We've got couple more new locos on the way. So hopefully next week we'll be able to talk about those as well. So there we go. And you can see the skylight there with the lid down. Lots done. Thanks as always for watching. Thanks for your support. And we look forward to speaking to you again soon. Hi, thanks for watching the video and for the nice comments. Click on the left for a previous video in this series. Click on the right for another video you might enjoy. And please don't forget to click to subscribe, like, comment, etc. Thanks again.